So I ended up down the rabbit hole again, back on the 15-minute cities. I keep looking into this, I keep reading up on it, and I can't see a plus side to any of this. Everything I can see is that this is leading to digital IDs. They want you to stay in your own neighborhood. They say it's so that you can pollute less, have less of a carbon footprint, so that you can travel and get everything you need to within 15 minutes without having to leave your subdivision. Well, that's going to end up down their rabbit hole, and we're going to be blindsided at the end of it. Then all of a sudden, you're not going to be able to leave your own neighborhood to go and visit your friends and family in the next neighborhood. Eventually, they're going to start blocking off walls. Eventually, they're going to start with the digital IDs. Then it's going to be the cryptocurrencies, or not the cryptocurrencies, but the digital banking currencies. Now, they keep saying this is all to lower your carbon footprint. But there's other places where they've already implemented this and they have to drive twice as far to go and pick up their kids at school or somewhere else because they have to drive on a ring road around the city instead of driving through one subdivision to the next. Then all of a sudden they're talking about, well, you're lessening your carbon footprint and we're going to implement digital IDs and digital currencies. Well, it's not going to lessen your carbon footprint, it's going to make it worse because cryptocurrencies are one of the worst polluters on the planet now. They've been saying these things for years. Oh, by 1970, the world's going to run out of oil. Well, it's 50 years later and it didn't. They said in the 80s or 90s that there's a huge hole in the ozone layer and we're all going to die. Well, it didn't happen. It's not true. These are all forms of control. They're just trying to get everybody to buy into this so that by the time they realize what's actually going on, it's going to be too late. It'll start with you can't go to the next subdivision to visit your family. Well, I grew up on two different continents. I still have family over in Germany. All of a sudden, then I'm going to have my digital allotment of carbon that I'm allowed to use. And once I go over that, I'm not allowed to use anymore. Then I won't be able to drive to work anymore because I'm a truck driver and I drive too far to get to work because that's outside of my 15-minute area. Well, then all of a sudden it's going to be, well, I can't go over to Germany because I'm not allowed to get on a plane because I use too much carbon. Then all of a sudden it's going to be the social credit scores like they have in China. Then it's going to be, well, you can't even just buy a car because you're going over your carbon allotment and you defied all the regulations and your social credit score is too low. We're not going to let you do anything. Then it's what? Then it's I can't go to the theater. I can't go to the mall. I can't do anything. I can't buy this. I can't buy that. They're tracking every little thing you do. Like, where does anybody think at all that any of this is a good thing? If you have a mind and you can think for yourself, you should know better.